I went through the whole thing. I'm one of the chosen ones when Drew was just learning to cut his teeth.
Right.
When half of the K-Rock staff was in recovery with me. You go to a meeting in Pasadena, you'd bump into him.
I would hope not.
Mhm.
And I'm not outing anybody. And now it's, am I wrong? It's trendy to be outed now, right? It's cool to be AA. We've actually seen it to the point where anonymous is one thing. I get that. And yeah, we're kind of being anonymous here. You could probably research both of us and probably find out our real lives. Neither of us really cares.
Right.
We
Must
don't.
identify as a newcomer.
In fact, we give crap to people who drink around us when we're out in social and business settings.
I don't so much. I mean, if they have a problem, I do. I mean, but to be honest with you, most people that drink heavy don't trust me.
No, I find him fascinating. I enjoy getting him drunk.
Yeah, me too.
It's my favorite part.
I have two, because I can't have one.
I'm pretty convinced that's why Randy likes hanging out with us, because he's safe. We'll let it go.
He won't do that with me anymore, because he found out the hard way he can't keep
I
up with
look
the guy
forward to
that
going
drinks
to that
Red Bull.
show. So you took a
Yeah, no, that's not good.
Guns N'
You don't
Roses.
sleep. I forgot about that.
Well, not me though, but he was feeling it in the morning.
Yeah, that's
Oh, awesome! You're it's
understandable.
Like, yeah.
All
when I
right,
go
so
out, I'm the designated driver.
I was at Los Encinas,
Everybody
and
knows that
I think
won't
I waited
drink,
a
and
whole
therefore
2
they plan
weeks
events
before
around
I
me
met
that
her.
I may or may not have fun at.
And
but
obsessed about her,
I am
and
always
then
a
her
consistent driver.
obsessed about me and followed me to my sober living and the whole nine. I'm not being a hypocrite on the subject. I just don't know why we don't address it right out of the gate instead of don't do it. If you tell me don't do something, I'm probably going to do it.
A mile,
Right.
about a half mile later.
Absolutely.
I'm sure.
Absolutely.
I'm
That's how I was
didn't
in
like it.
treatment. I mean, I knew my therapist was scared
People
of
in my
me.
car couldn't understand why no sobriety test.
And a lot of other people
Why
were
you
too,
drive like
but
a jerk, just give us back our
but
dollars.
yeah,
Because
she
I'm white,
she-
I'm
she-
middle-aged, and I'm not
She
drunk.
wasn't an addict.
Well,
so-
yeah, but he couldn't
or an
even tell
alcoholic.
that
She had
he wanted nothing to do
PTSD.
from
So
I think he was just glad that I stopped.
Yeah, that's
That
true.
I didn't run him over.
I tend to fall into the category of being white, middle-aged, and not drunk gets you out of
You wait.
everything.
I'm laughing at the situation, not
Yeah,
at the
you can
individual.
pretty
For
much
anybody
do it. You can
listening,
run
thinking
people
I'm being
over
a
on the
jerk.
sidewalk.
That's hysterical.
I agree.
You couldn't write that
Oh,
as
they
a
jumped out in
comedy.
front of me.
I got some of my money back
Imagine my
because of
surprise
it.
when I found him under the wheel
Holy
of my car.
crap!
Yeah, I didn't get away.
And everybody's listening, going, "Oh, that's probably
No, 'cause
poor
you're
thing."
19, you're not
You have no
middle-aged.
idea that if
Yeah.
I
You're
was
old.
watching a movie with
definitely
Ian right
Being
now,
older,
and that happened on the screen,
Type
we
of
go,
car,
"Bullshit."
all of that matters.
Yeah.
Never happened.
Sorry.
And of course,
It
she's
does.
got to have the random PTSD
What do I know?
breakouts,
Step
right?
3.
Only
Step
on
3.
my family.
Made a decision.
Made a decision. How do you make a decision?
That's it. You just make a decision.
Yeah,
You don't
because
even
my
have to do it
family
that
didn't
instant.
come. I mean,
It
I
could be tomorrow,
I don't
it
have
could
that
be
much
next week,
family
could be next
left, and the family that I did have that was in
You're
the
just
area.
willing to do it.
My uncle had a head
Just
trauma,
willing to
and
trust
he
the
was,
process.
you know,
Oh my God!
so
Okay, so how does your
What was
step
the
3
sitcom
format,
one? Oh, we're
lay
gonna
out?
date ourselves. This is like soap.
You make a decision.
This is like the sitcom soap.
Yeah.
Okay, we're
It's
back
just
to this
that
whole
random and that
gateway
crazy.
opening in
Yeah.
Sir James Earl Jones
Oh,
talk.
that's brilliant.
All of
Oh,
life's
that's so
problems,
great. All right.
take care of your heart
So,
and do the footwork,
what
and don't worry about
is the advice these days? I'm out of the sponsorship game. I know you have a few active sponsees, and I suppose
how
that these
exactly
shows
can the willing
should start
person
to tail
continue to
into the
turn his will
direction
and
of
his life
having
over
some
to the
hopeful
to a
message,
higher power?
even for
Question
step
mark.
zero.
He has
So,
made
my
a
advice is
beginning.
you're going to
We
do it.
have seen
Just try
when
not to
he
go completely nuclear and
commenced
take
to
yourself
rely
out
upon
with the
AA
whole
for the
situation. Did
solution
I say
of his
nuclear?
alcohol problem.
Nuclear.
By now,
No, I said it right the
though,
first time.
The chances
Nuclear.
are that he
Um,
has become convinced
you're gonna
that he
you're gonna
has more
melt.
problems
It's gonna
than
happen.
alcohol.
I
and
like
that
to explain it
some
to my
of these
sponsors.
refuse
Here's
to
the
be
deal.
solved
You have a
by
girl,
all the sheer
she's new, she's
personal
fresh, she's about to
determination
go on this
and
journey,
courage
she's
he
about
can
to
muster.
change. Still
Really?
working 1, 2, and 3.
Have
Likes
you had a
you,
sponsee
you're not a
do a
bad
step
influence
3
on
and
her.
suddenly
You're
have an
compatible.
awakening and realize
She's
that his
attracted
problems
to you.
are not
But,
tied to
once
strictly
4,
drinking
5, 6, 7,
and
and
or
8 start
using?
happening, there's a lot of change
You
there.
usually discover that.
And all of a sudden, her
You would
wants
think,
and
right?
needs are
I
not
was
going
kind of
to have
amazed
you
with that
included.
particular paragraph in the 12 and 12
And
itself.
she's going to grow, and you've already done your
Perhaps
4
people
step,
back
so
when they
you're
wrote
screwed.
this, what is this, the 40s?
So
40s or 50s?
that's what's going to happen. Just make sure you know it
50s, right?
beforehand.
Maybe they were
And
slower
that's
mentally.
all.
I mean, their life expectancy was
and
only
that's
50
what I
or
say.
60
I've
at that
seen
point, wasn't it?
guys with time get really twisted over new women.
True.
For that
they
exact
certainly
same reason.
didn't
I think
have
that
the same
part, that
problems.
suggestion on the 13th step, I don't think it's for the newcomer. I think it's for the person with time.
I don't know. I mean,
I don't want to sound like a complete tool bag jerk on this topic, but I've had sex with newcomers,
but the writing of this
and
book,
I really haven't cared when they've relapsed. Because I was honest at the beginning,
we had tried to
and generally told them, you're probably going to obsess and relapse.
With God's intention for us. Okay, well, you said it's a higher power that I understand, but that sure as hell sounds
when I was still on house
very
arrest
culty, godlike.
And still fairly new, and when I say fairly new in my first 2 years,
I don't even think
every couple of weeks, a girl from my home group would show up.
They were all Protestants.
Like, if I don't get laid, I'm going to go.
All these were middle-aged white guys. They're all Protestants.
I'd take one for the team, but what I didn't realize at that point in my recovery is that they're going to go use anyway.
Yes, they are.
All right, on this particularly short episode.
And that is nothing personal about me. I can't keep someone sober
this will forever
and
be the
clean
topic
with
as long
certain
as we
parts
have
of my
God
body.
in step.
That is never going to happen.
Once we have come into agreement with these ideas, it is
somebody
really
relapse with
easy
those
to
same
begin
certain
the
parts of
practice of step 3 in all times.
Funny,
of
I see it as a
emotional
superpower.
disturbance
I
or
am able to make them
indecision.
relapse.
We can pause,
and I find glee in it.
And then in the
Yeah,
stillness,
I mean,
simply
in
say, God,
2001,
grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot
did think
change,
that because,
the
I mean,
courage
there was
to
a
change
stretch
the things
where-
I can,
And
and the
these were all
wisdom to know the
ex-girlfriends that were in and out of
difference.
recovery. I mean, a couple of
Thy
overdoses,
will, not
couple
mine, be
suicides,
done.
couple of, one was
Is that how that goes? I
was
thought it was the
she
wisdom
got
behind
herself
the
killed, and so
I
there
thought
was
it would
like
be too.
one summer where
So
just
we say that we
five
say that
girls
prayer
I
at the end of
dated
every meeting, right? The step 3 prayer.
had died. And
Do you think anybody
at
actually
that
knows
point,
what the hell they're saying?
I had 7 years sober.
And how many
and
years does
I
it take
didn't-
before you
I-
actually
I
know
stopped dating
what
in
the
and
step
around the
3
program.
prayer is, the Serenity
But
prayer?
now that has changed because, and to me, it's not
the Serenity prayer.
I'm still one of those guys. I'm trying to get the emotional relationship that I find that intimacy with females in the room emotionally, and the physical intimate relationship. I'm still trying to get that with the same person. And sometimes I can, and sometimes I can't.
What's you and what's something else?
And so I really don't date people.
So how do I do a
like
step
I say,
3?
I usually date people
I
right
believe
before
it,
they
God.
get sober.
Like my first
I'm that.
I'm still having a whole,
as they're crashing the
whole
plane,
issue
I'm
with things
that
I
last
see, smell,
mountain
touch,
that
whatever.
they might crash into before
and
they
my thing
hit
was,
the water.
I had all
But,
these problems.
I mean, and that's what it is, and that's okay, because I'm looking for different things than the spiritual experience.
And
Okay.
To me, the spiritual experience takes hard work. I still look, if somebody confronts me, it's going to be a violent, a violent solution, not a spiritual solution. I know that. I mean, it's just part of being an alpha.
Whenever you hear like
But,
a big truck back up, you hear that.
For me, I have to remember to seek the spiritual solution. I mean, the violent, sexual, and financial solutions are easy. But, for me,
that's
just being willing to seek a spiritual solution is tough.
Okay, and what's the spiritual solution?
Well, the spiritual solution is look for gratitude.
Gratitude.
Yeah. I think.
All right, safely, for those listening, you can tell gratitude is not a big one in my vocabulary.
Right. But I mean, and neither is it mine, but sometimes I got to look for it. I mean,
certain accountants.
I complain about, my car's not running.
Band manager.
Hey, dickhead, you got 5 cars. Drive another one.
It was easy.
And it was funny because at my first meeting was a guy complaining
if I couldn't handle it myself,
his mechanic couldn't get his wife's Rolls Royce running right. So
to me, that's the third step. You just
all I
tell
could
yourself
picture was
everything's
me
gonna be
pulling
okay.
up to his house with a U-Haul,
And if it's not okay,
really
it's not
giving him
meant to be
something to
okay
cry
just
about.
yet.
But yeah, I was new.
Which brings me to my
I don't
final.
automatically think.
I don't know if we've actually gotten any
Some of
closure
my
for anybody who has
behaviors
to do
took a
step
long
3 here at
time
all,
to
and we
let
may
go.
have just mucked up the waters even further.
And
since I
everything let go
contributed
of
an
it
hour
had
and a
claw
half
marks on
of
it,
Boy, this God thing is way out of whack in the program.
Solution. If I'm in self-pity,
any of that today.
I'll be the first guy to go to a meeting at the homeless shelter.
In my attempt to find 10 tragically hip and attractive people.
And then I realized I don't have it that bad.
I've given up.
If you guys are new,
I don't think they exist.
Sometimes all you can do is just
they're
not
blind as a bat and they're going to relapse. And you're here to be positive, they're not going to relapse.
2 decades
later. Which brings us to the biggest
the only thing that resembles anything in the
annals
the big book
of 12-step history
is that I don't.
Why is it people only do the 3 steps?
If you're new
and then
if you
relapse.
Don't pick up, and if you go to a meeting tomorrow.
Why can't anybody get to step 4?
If you don't use between meetings, you're going to get some time. And but I know and especially with me, I was on house arrest when I was new. So I was going to 5 meetings a day. I still had denial that I was actually an addict. I thought I was a hard partier with mental problems and bad luck with the cops. It was painful. That was it. And it took 10, 11 months of continuous sobriety to realize that, my life has gotten really good. And the things that I thought I needed, like the toxic relationship or the criminal organization or the shitty business or all that stuff. Sometimes just became less important.
I think the term is we're only,
and I didn't need it anymore. But sometimes I'll be the first one to admit I'll sign up for that toxic relationship because she's hot.
Takes the power out.
And it's fun.
For me,
it is. And that ultimately brings me to my postscript on all this, which is, are we really just obsessed with drama?
Not in my makeup. I was actually going to.
I ran into a drama queen. I had seen in 12
there lies
years.
My question.
Yeah.
And,
shouldn't I have had a massive awakening from step 3 where all problems feel as a feather on my shoulder in some
Was she employed as a drama
way.
queen?
Therefore,
is there good work out there?
Exposed to God and another human being.
Yeah, she's looking. She's looking at
her of my horseshit life, which really, look, you guys aren't.
Just looking for someone to make
here's what I love about new people, and I say this with love.
Oh no, that's a drama queen. She's perfect. Okay.
Yeah, but no, she's afraid of the phone.
People who listen to this, whoever listens.
One day she
I'm always amused.
17 phone calls, and it was like the end of the world for her.
Here's my little question on the topic.
Well, because the kids, she had to go get the kids. She had to go do this. Her friend needed her. Somebody needed this. Everybody else needed something. And she does nothing for herself. And now she's being the mom.
I am supposed to be renewed and
okay. So that is the question of truly what step 0 is. Is it about the obsession of drama?
Right, and now I'm gonna move gracefully into this step 4 concept of exposing my stuff. Nobody is Adolf Hitler. Why does everybody in the program? That was my point. Why does everybody listening and/or everybody that we know in the program?
Would it be a good idea in this amendment to the Constitution of the 12 steps, because I'm adding step 0, or how about this? A better forward to the 12 steps, which is identifying your obsessive characteristics so that when you are getting rid of your issues in step 1, you have a better idea of what they are.
On the pink cloud of sobriety that we don't want to be brought down by the shitty actions of our past.
Well, yeah, I'm working on it. It's a work in progress.
Sorry, I was doing Coast 103. I really felt that vibe.
Right out of
the warm pink.
Well, I get the step 1, and our next show will be about step 1.
Sober,
but
there's
no prelogue to it. It's just sort of like, here you go. And I did it the old way, right? There was no lead up to it. It just, it's almost like the first time you have sex. It happened.
Right.
I don't really know. I was there,
and
I don't. Next thing I know, I was
happening. Even know how that's a viable option.
Yeah.
Go home, fill this out, do this, and I've done it 3 different ways for 3 different masters.
For me, that's not an option.
And only one of them was by the book.
It's there. It's always there.
But in general, when you're discussing those, there's no prelogue. There's no preamble to it. There's just do it. You've got this issue. Well, the truth is, you've got a lot of issues. We obsess over drama. We obsess over the opposite sex. We obsess over obsessing. We obsess over obsessing.
I like that. See, I'd rather see you put that as a forward, as a step 0.
That's all it is.
Obsess over obsessing. Step 0. Obsess over obsessing.
Unearthly, unreal experience where my troubles don't seem to bother me anymore.
1950s.
Well, that'll do it for episode number 1 of Step 0. The triple O.
The triple.
Obsessing over obsessing, where
Ian is now going to go off and share this at a Starbucks with his little group. My favorite Jesus of Suburbia. What's your message to the newcomer, so that they'll tune in a week from today to hear step one?
I'll give you that.
Don't drink.
But yeah, really
go to meetings.
Really stop sleeping.
Get a sponsor.